Hello, everybody. Welcome to this English class. So this is the distance teaching program. So this is the lesson video for English grade 10, and making up this lesson for you guys. So this is a new unit, unit 7, living history, and lesson 1 grammar. We are focusing on using for and sin in the present perfect. I'm also introducing you the uses and forms, and also example of present perfect as well. Right, so this lesson is made for Friday, September 3rd, 2021. Without further ado, please check homework together. Okay, so number 1, this exercise is really hard. I know it's too difficult for me. Number 2, Tony's such a handsome young man. I wish I was as good looking as him. Number 3, the weather's awful today. It's terrible. We can't go to the beach. Number 4, Tom is so intelligent. Yes, he's very clever, but he isn't very nice. Number 5, the Empire State Building is big, isn't it? It's huge. 6, why are you so angry with me? I'm annoyed that you didn't call me last night. Okay, so let's check another point. Number 3 here, write antonym, the opposite meaning of the word. Of the adjectives using the prefix an, im, and in. An, im, and in. Okay, so antonym with prefix, they want us to use an, im, or in front of each word, and to make it synonym. All right, so like the first one has been for us, tidy, so untidy. So what about polite? So do we use an, im, or in? So we use, so let's check the answer. Okay, we use impolite. And number 3, expensive, we say inexpensive, happy, unhappy, interesting, uninteresting, correct, incorrect, intelligent, unintelligent, possible, and impossible. Yeah, just quickly review on this one. So now, last week we studied about grammar, and we focused on synonym and antonym. As we know that synonym is the word that has the similar or the same meaning to another word, and antonym is the word that has the opposite meaning to another word as well. Yeah, to another word, it has the opposite meaning, right? So let me start a new lesson for you will be able to acquire the use form and example of the present perfect, and you will be able to exercise on sin for in the present perfect tense by practices I prepared for you. And last but not least, you will be able to use sin and for in present perfect tense, either speaking or writing. All right, good. So these are the lessons that I prepared for you. I will pick up some most important points, okay, to talk, to share with you guys. So this is about a guy here. You see here, he's on his motorbike here. And I'm going to read about John here. Okay, this is a very short reading. So I'm going to read this for you. And after that, I will have 6 questions to ask you guys as well. So let's get started with me. Hi, I'm John. I live in London. I have a flat in Dean Street, Soho. I've lived here for 3 years. I'm a press photographer. I worked for the London Gazette since 2010. My wife's name is Faye. We've been married for 2 years. We met at university. Faye's Faye's a receptionist at the Ritz Hotel. I get around town on a motorbike. I've had it since I was 25. Faye goes by bus. We don't have any children yet. All right. So this is a brief information about John here. You can see the handsome man sitting on his motorbike here. So the first question I want to ask you is, how long has he lived in the flat? So he has lived in the flat for 3 years. Yeah. So what is his job? Let's take a look at the information here. He is the press photographer, isn't he? Yeah. So number 3, where does he work? So he works for the London Cassettes. How long has he been married? Okay, let's take a look at this one. He has been married for 2 years. Okay, how long has he had his motorbike? So he had his motorbike since he was 25. Does he have any children? No. Yeah, no, he doesn't. Just a very brief introduction about using present perfect, as you can see here, and with the for, yeah, showing you about the amount of time, the length of time, period of time, and also the scene, telling you about the starting points of the event. Okay, so we tell you more about this one using for and scene. Let's move on. So have you ever used the present tense? Ask yourself this question. And here another question: what's the past simple and past participle of these verbs? Of this verb in the box here, we have verbs in the box here, and which are regular and which are irregular. As you know that regular verb are the verb that doesn't change, but irregular verb, they change their form. Okay, so let's take a look at this table for you. So live, lived, and lived. So I put yes here, meaning that it is the regular verb. It doesn't change. It just add d here to the base form of the verb. Yeah, and have, had, had. So it is a regular verb because it changed from have to had. Be, is, are, was, and were. So it changed. Okay, so it is irregular verb as well. Give, gave, given, irregular verb. Know, knew, known, irregular verb. Go, went, gone, irregular verb. Eat, ate, eaten, irregular verb. Meet, met, met. So it also changed. So it is also an irregular verb. Move, moved, moved. So it is just added D, so it is a regular verb. Okay, work, worked, worked, so it is regular verb. Write, wrote, written, so it is irregular verb. So now we know that the thing is that why we have to review this, because we want you to know the review the past participle here, what does they look like, and then we can have the basic idea to use it with the present with the present perfect. Okay, so in present perfect we will use past participle here. Okay, in this column. Yeah, past participle. In Khmer we normally know the verb three, but normally in English or in general we say past participle, right? Okay, so let's move to the next one. Why do we use present perfect? Okay, the reason why we use present perfect because we want to connect present and past. We want to connect present and past. And the second one is we want to express the action in the past. The last one, we want to show the result in the present. All right, take a look at the form. After that, we show you the example of each form. This is the form, positive form. We have subject, as is, stand for subjects, plus have or has according to the subject, like I, you, we, they, we use with have, and he, she, it, we use with has, and the singular and the other singular subject, yeah, we use with has, plural subject, we use with noun as well. All right, when you use with past participle here, yeah, till here we use subject plus have or has here, the same, but what different is not here. Yeah. In the negative sentence, it is added not here, and PP stand for past participle here. Question, have or has plus subject and plus past participle plus question mark. Question mark is very important for the question form. Okay, so without further ado, please take a look at the example I provided for you here. So positive here, he has written a letter to his friend. So you can compare this one, subject he and has here. According to subject he, we use has here, and past participle we use with written. We don't use write, or we don't use writing. We don't use wrote, we use written, which is the past participle here. Negative, they haven't or they have not given me a book. So Yeah, haven't or have not is a form. Yes, you know that here. But given here is a past participle or the verb give, which is the best form. And a question, have you moved to Phnom Penh? So, yeah, move here is a past participle. In these three sentences, written, given, and move are the past participle using in different context of the sentence here. Okay, so let's move to the practice. So before getting into the practice, I would like to inform you briefly about the use of sin and for. So we use sin here for the specific time of event start. So when did the event start? So let's take a look example. My friend has started English since last year. So since last year, his friend. So since last year, his friend started uh, studying English, right? So what about for the length of time since something started? So the length of time, the period of amount of time, the can say a period of time, duration. Yeah. So my friend has studied English for a day. So the quality, the amount, how many days, how many years? So we say 5 years, a day, a month, a year. Yeah. So now it's time for practice a very short piece here. Okay, practice using a for and sin here. One, complete the time expression with for and sin here. All right. So we have half an hour. We have 20:01. I was 14. A long time. 10 o'clock. 3 months. October last Tuesday. A couple of weeks. So the answer for that is I'm going to share. I'm sharing right now. So half an hour. Is it for or sin? It is for half an hour. Yeah, showing the length of time. Okay, and 2001 sin. Okay, sin 2001 or 2001. Okay, I was 14. You seen. Okay, and a long time or long time since 10 o'clock, 3 months, in October, since last Tuesday, and for a couple of weeks. 2 weeks. I mean, couple of weeks. Okay, for 2 weeks. Okay, guys, I'm going to wrap up a little bit on this one. So today lesson we have studied about grammar point, which is about present perfect using for and sin. Okay, so we know we use present perfect to connect the present and the past. We also use it to show the result. Okay, in the present as well. And there's three form of it. We have positive, negative, and question. And have or has we use depends on the subject. It's mean if it is singular subject, we use with has. A six plural subject we use with have. Okay, and sin and for sin we use with the in the present perfect to show about the length of time. Okay, amount of time, the period or quality of time, and sin we use it to show or express the started point that the event started. Yes. And now let's move to the homework. So today homework is about pronunciation here. So what's stress here, number one and number two, I will send you the listening audio in the group so that you just follow the group here, grade 10 P2 English here, and I will draft these two listening audio for you to listen and complete this task. So you have just to listen and then decide which word in the box here, which stress that it is on. For example, the first word here, be beautiful. So view here is the stress on view, beautiful. Okay, and romantic. So man here is the stress on the middle one, and the last one Japanese. Okay, the last one is Japanese. So it is stress on it stresses on the last syllable here. Okay, so and the other word you have, I'm going to send you. Okay, so don't worry. So and then you can listen as many times as possible as you can, as you want, and then you can complete in here. Okay. Then number two here, listen and practice saying the sentences. So just want you to listen and practice saying these sentences. That's easy. And for this one, it's just for fun here, signs here. Okay, so the first one has been for us. A, we have picture from A to F here, and the first one A here. In the supermarket, we can see the sign in basket only here. What about road works ahead? So where can you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Which one? Consider about number 4. I'm telling you another one. Okay, so 13, which is about attitude, right? The attitudes in the correct column. So here we have people, we have places, we have weather and colors here. So the first one have not for us, honest here. For people, we use for people. How about white? Is it places or is it in the column of colors or weather? Yeah, brown, orange, cheerful, modern. Yeah, exciting, lazy, sunny, selfish, black, warm. Yeah, so a lot of these adjectives. So you just pick up the adjective and categorize it, put it in the correct column here. Okay, just categorize it. The deadline of this homework is on Thursday, September 9, 2021. So please do it properly and send it to the group so that I can note it for you and then correct if you haven't missed any points. Yeah. So thank you so much, everyone. So this makes better. So don't forget to practice doing more exercises on the workbook and other material as well. So the more you practice, the more you know, the more you get better. All right. So thank you so much, everyone. I hope that you will be staying safe and sound with your family members and friends. Okay. Good luck. Goodbye, everyone.